You fear for my life? I don't fear for your life. Because I'm a kill you.
And is Thor's hammer, and here in round one, he is Ragnarocking stubborn!
Do you know what the difference is between confidence and overconfidence? Yeah, it's a brutal knockout, because ever since boxing has existed, we've always had those loudmouth fighters who can't stop bragging about how unbeatable they are. But let's be real, the ring has a funny way of making the quiet ones do all the talking. You know, kind of like that tortoise and the rabbit story. Same deal here.
You guys gonna see the semifinal? I'm gonna knock this dwarf the f. That's how it is. You hear that? I'm gonna knock you the flatline. You know how it is. You damn fucking scared? What the fuck am I scared of? You literally, man, you a stupid fuck, man. I'm telling you, man, I can't even mess with your fucking head. I can't even mess with your fucking head. It's so fucking big like this. And your fucking little T-Rex arms, man, my dick's longer than your fucking arms.
So, sit back, relax, and watch these cocky fighters get humbled in the most embarrassing ways possible for 15 minutes straight.
In this fight, he's not looking.
Let's talk about Curtis Stevens strutting into that ring against David Lemieux, like he had a point to prove and a whole mouthful of words to back it up.
Ladies and gentlemen, make this a clean fight at all times. Fighting at the belt.
Much better in recent.
He was swearing that he'd make his opponent feel pain on a whole new level. Pain so sharp, it would be like the worst toothache of his life. The kind that no medicine, no numbing, nothing could cure. Yeah, Stevens was that confident. But guess what happened when the bell rang?
On that seemingly soft Lemieux belly. Stevens on Lemieux's part, Roy?
No, I think he just thinks he's the bigger guy. And
Stevens got a reality check, and it hit him harder than any dentist's drill. Fast forward to the third round, and Lemieux decided to deliver a response that wasn't verbal. It was all fists. That punch landed square on Stevens' chin, sending him down like a sack of bricks.
Dangerous at any time. Good right hand to the body by Lemieux. So can Stevens.
that's exactly right, Max. Oh,
Well, it was the destiny of a rabbit. Then we have Shane Cameron stepping into the ring against David Tua on October 3rd, 2009, with his mouth running faster than his fists ever could. For weeks leading up to the fight, he and his camp were on a mission, not to train harder, but to see just how much trash they could talk.
I was up on that hill. It's about 1 o'clock this morning. I seen you struggling trying to get up to the goat, so you were nowhere to be seen, mate. You know, you were huffing and puffing, looked like you were going to have a heart attack, so...
The trainers were talking trash as well.
They even cooked up a nickname for him, Mountain Goat, because apparently mocking a veteran fighter's fitness and routine is the key to winning, right? But when fight night rolled around at the Mystery Creek Event Center, oh man, it was a completely different story.
We'll look for that. David is very worked up a great sweat, so he's ready to go, but he's a very cool customer here in New York.
As soon as the bell rang, Tua exploded out of his corner. He didn't just walk toward Cameron, he charged, throwing hooks and uppercuts like he was trying to send Cameron's head into orbit. By the end of the first round, it was pretty obvious that all that trash talk about Tua being past his prime was just that, trash.
Three best referees in the world. And he got him again. Shane's ready to go. And he's...
Anthony Durrell stepped into the ring on October 15th, 2022, at the Barclays Center in Brooklyn, like he was about to host his own roast. For weeks, Durrell kept running his mouth, cranking up the insults against Caleb Plant.
He got the belt at the right time, period. He fought people, he fought bums after he got the belt.
But in the ring, from the very first bell, Durrell tried to assert his dominance, throwing heavy punches and, of course, running his mouth the whole time. But guess what? Plant didn't flinch. He kept his cool, sticking to his game plan, like he'd already scripted this fight in his head. And then it happened. The moment Plant had been waiting for. Plant unleashed a left hook so clean, so powerful it was like watching a thunderbolt in slow motion. Durrell's head snapped back, his body went limp, and he crumpled to the canvas like a rag doll, completely out cold. And I can bet it's impossible you haven't heard of Bermane Stivern's rematch with Deontay Wilder. Stivern was desperate to avenge his loss from their first fight back in 2015, where Wilder took his WBC heavyweight title.
All of that is for Saturday night. I'm gonna be on your ass. I'm gonna be on your ass, boy. I'm gonna be on your ass. Pull all that front.
Stivern spent every interview afterward whining that Wilder got lucky and vowed to destroy him this time, claiming, "I'll take his soul." Fight night came, and all that bravado fell apart fast.
You won't be smiling, because I'm gonna see you packing home without the belt, and I'm gonna take that box too and put it in the garbage for you.
From the first bell, Wilder attacked like a man on a mission, snapping Stivern's head back with jabs and cracking him with right hands. Midway through the first round, Wilder dropped him hard with a right hand.
He's shown the work rate. He's in it. And Stivern goes down. 18 of Wilder's 37 knockouts have occurred here in the first.
Stivern scrambled up, but the fear in his eyes said it all. He knew he was in over his head. He collapsed into the ropes, completely out cold.
Round one. He is rocking Stivern.
And then we have the infamous Rolando Rolly Romero walking into the ring against Gervonta Tank Davis on May 28, 2022, at the Barclays Center. He took every opportunity to go after Davis, calling him a little boy over and over, as if repeating it would somehow make it true. He kept pushing the envelope, calling Davis a dwarf, and flexing his muscles at every face-off like he was auditioning for a bodybuilding contest.
You guys gonna see the semifinal? I'm gonna knock this dwarf the f. That's how it is. You hear that? I'm gonna knock you the flatline. You know how it is. You damn fucking scared? What the fuck am I scared of? You literally, man. You a stupid fuck, man. I'm telling you, man. I can't even mess with your fucking head. I can't even mess with your fucking head. It's so fucking big like this. And your fucking little T-Rex arms, man. My dick's longer than your fucking arms.
At one point, he even said, "My dog's longer than his reach." Classy, right? And when fight night arrived, Romero was still running his mouth from across the ring. But as soon as the bell rang, Tank slipped, dodged, and countered, letting Romero wear himself out while picking his shots.
He has to do against a bigger Romero.
Yeah, probably.
Each round, you could see the frustration building on Romero's face. By the 6th round, Romero looked gassed, still throwing, but with no plan. And then it happened. As Romero lunged forward, Davis saw the perfect opening. He ducked under a sloppy punch, planted his feet, and unleashed a left hook that could have knocked a brick wall down. Michael Venom Page stepped into the cage against Douglas Lima on October 11th, 2019, at the All-State Arena, like he was about to put on a show instead of a fight. Page was undefeated, 14-0, and his flashy, cocky style made him look like he was practically untouchable.
In, and it's just a different, there's a different energy and different air around me. I can feel it. So I'm looking forward to just going through this camp now.
But a lot of people were waiting for the day someone would put him in his place. And that day finally came against Douglas Lima. In the lead up to the fight, Page was his usual smug self, brushing off Lima as just another pit stop on his road to glory.
I went over to Vegas. So I had actually crossed him a couple of times, but never, like I said, never really spoken to him. Obviously this time, very different, formally introduced, and it was nice, man. It's always different. I feel like similar to myself.
As the fight started, Page was back to his old tricks. Hands down, bobbing and weaving and throwing lazy jabs just to mess with Lima's head.
Paul Daly's so dangerous. His fucking left hook is one of the best in all of the business. His left hand, period. Any way he throws it. Both of them knew it.
And then, in the blink of an eye, halfway through the second round, Page got too comfortable. With a perfectly timed low kick, Lima swept Page's leg out from under him, For a split second, Page looked stunned, scrambling to get back up as if he was more embarrassed than hurt.
Experience showing already, John, in the way he reacts, although he got momentarily bothered there by Michael Venom Page.
But Lima wasn't going to let him off the hook that easily. Before Page could even think about getting his balance, Lima stepped forward and delivered a brutal right hook straight to the jaw. And you know what might have happened later.
He's not quite at 100%.
Then we had Manuel Char versus Alexander Povetkin on May 30th, 2014 in Moscow, with his ego turned up to full volume. Weeks before the fight, Char didn't just show confidence. He went straight into disrespectful loudmouth mode. But while Char was running his mouth, Povetkin didn't even flinch. The Russian heavyweight, known for his stone-cold demeanor, just kept his head down and stayed quiet. And the moment that bell rang, Char came out, acting like he was already the winner. But then came the 7th round. And with it, the moment everyone had been waiting for. As Char dropped his hands, Povetkin slipped under the jab and launched a left hook that landed like a bomb on Char's jaw. And the guy who thought he could mock Povetkin all night was now a crumpled heap on the mat. But don't think it was the most brutal yet, because we are about to discuss Simon Marcus walking into the ring on October 21st, 2016 at the Hammerstein Ballroom in New York City.
And he's not in the position to have that. Yes, of course, that's why we're here, that's why we...
It was the main event of Glory 33, and Marcus's middleweight title was on the line, but he didn't seem too worried.
It's that I'm harder than him, you know. I'm completer in the fighting style. You know, he has the Thai style, but the punches of me, he can't handle it. And
for Marcus, the fight was just another chance to show off. From the get-go, Marcus treated the ring like it was his own stage. By the 2nd round, he was already pulling out moves straight out of Roy Jones Jr.
And the winner of this fight gets Artem Levin. And Marcus teeing off with that right hand, blocked by...
He even started dancing around the ring, spinning in circles, raising his arms like he was about to break into a victory dance.
Teeing off with that right hand, blocked by Wilnis. Wilnis comes back with a right of his own, knee to the body by Marcus. So a more aggressive Simon Marcus here in the tournament final.
And by the 5th round, Wilnis stepped forward and launched a massive right hand that smashed Marcus square on the jaw. And it was the end of a cocky fighter.
Tender, Simon Marcus! Wow. Here to present the trophy, our head of talent ops, Cora Hemmers, and our executive director...
1903. But did I miss one? The cocky fight that's burned into your memory? Drop it down in the comments below. Let's hear which arrogant loudmouth you think got humbled the hardest.